Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make titles. In Adobe Premiere, there are a lot of ways to make titles. The simplest being just going over here to your tools and clicking on the T. And wherever you would like to put a title, you can just click on the screen and click and start typing. And you'll notice down here in your timeline that it adds a second layer, a video 2 layer on top of your video. And so as I would play this, my title would pop up. I'm going to just go ahead and delete that and show you another way. So we've talked about paying attention to these tabs at the top. So if I click on the graphics tab, it brings up a whole set of templates that Adobe Premiere gives you, and they have already created animations for you, so you don't have to put movement on your titles at all because they will just start animating on their own. So if I hover over these, I can just move my mouse left and right to see what kind of animation that they do. Not all of them animate, but you'll notice that some of them do. So some of these don't really make sense for a title slide at the beginning. You might want to label your interview at the beginning, maybe putting the person's name and who is being interviewed at the bottom, and we call that lower thirds. But if you just want to pick a regular title, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one over here. It's called Classic Title. I can insert it at the beginning of my project. So I'm going to drag it over to the beginning. Now, if you remember in class, we talked about if you hold the Command key down, in my timeline, the blue arrow starts to turn to the right. So if I hold Command down on the keyboard and then let go with my mouse, the title will insert at the beginning. And it will bump the rest of my interview to the right. So now I have here my title, and I can type whatever I want. So that's why it's important to be on the T or the type tool over here, because now I can just click and start typing. And I can maybe just say, you know, welcome to my interview, or maybe I want to say, you know, Miss Spilka interviewing blah, blah, blah. And if you'll notice over here, whatever I type here is also appearing here. Okay, if for some reason you don't see that, you want to click on Edit. Okay, so up here we have Browse to look at the templates, and then Edit is to make changes to it. So once you type out what you want, you can actually go down here. If I scroll down, I can actually change what the font looks like. So actually, you might want to sometimes have this highlighted over here by double clicking. So now if I go in and change my font, changes here. This number here represents the size, so I could make it bigger if I wanted. I could change the color down here. The stroke is putting an outline around the text. So sometimes if you're not seeing your text enough, you can include a stroke, which puts a thin line around your words. So you can do all sorts of things down here when you're in the edit mode. Okay, so now if I were going to play that, click play, and it will pop on the screen. Now I didn't put anything down here which says episode name. So if I wanted to do that, scroll up here, and I can see whenever I highlight here is also over here to my right. I can say by Miss Spilka, and then notice it types out over here. And again, I can scroll down and change the font. So there are two ways you can do text in your project.